Welcome. Hi, everyone. I'm Rachel. I'm the buyer for fine jewelry at Nordstrom, and I am live from home here in Seattle. And I could not be more honored and thrilled today to be joined by CEO and founder of sustainable jewelry brand, Monica Vinader. Monica is joined by Amber Moth, head designer for the Monica Vinader jewelry brand. And they so happen to also be live, but from Norfolk, England. Technology is amazing. So honored to be here while they're probably watching the beautiful sunset in the UK. I'm sitting here in the afternoon sipping tea, but it's so great to be together today. I'm going to give you a really quick rundown of what to expect on our 1 hour together. We have some really exciting things in store. First of all, it's Earth Day. And it's no coincidence that we chose to have this event with Monica Vinader, a leader in the industry in sustainability. And so we're going to be chatting with Monica and Amber a bit about the importance of sustainability and how this theme is really a core value to their company. Following, we're going to dive into a really fun masterclass on how to style your jewelry. So you're going to be seeing a broad range of amazing items from the brand, both bestsellers, new arrivals, and even some Nordstrom exclusive special pieces. And you're going to really learn how to wear them all together and how to get the most out of your jewelry. So make sure you stay tuned for that. You will also notice, depending on the device that you're using, a chat box either to the side or below the screen. And you'll be able to enter questions you have in real time for Monica and Amber. So please be sure to engage there. And also there will be product scrolling through that you can click into, you can like it. So be sure that you can engage with all the fun things and participate. And most excitingly, I should say, we're also going to be having a sweepstakes drawing. So about halfway through the show, we will draw for one beautiful skinny pave signature bangle from Monica, brand new. And then a little bit later, we're going to be having a drawing for several pieces. One is a beautiful brand new Alta chain with a pearl pendant, as well as the new Alta chain bracelet with a ziggy round pendant that is engravable. So stay with us for all of these amazing things. I'm going to dive right into letting Monica introduce herself and tell us how she got into jewelry.
Hi, Rachel. Thank you so much for having us both today. It's such a treat to talk about two of our favorite things, styling of our jewelry and sustainability, particularly on Earth Day, which is something that we feel very passionate about at Monica Vinader. So I got into jewelry. I studied fine art, and I really got into jewelry sort of by accident. I was offered a job by a jeweler in London. I went to work with him. I learned a lot by doing. I sort of learned as we went along. And then for 10 years after that, I spent 10 years in the travel business with my husband, sort of doing something completely different. But I suppose what I was doing at the time, I was just really creating incredible experiences in travel with for our customers. And I sort of became very focused on customer experience and customer service. And I then came back home to Norfolk here, and I set up this business with my sister. So a really mixed background. I've done lots of things, but really all focused around customer and creativity, which is really what I studied, and I suppose where my heart really is in the creative world.
Thank you for that. Okay, I want to dive right into sustainability as really the heart of the chat today. So for me personally, it really is exciting to be able to talk to you about this. I am super passionate about sustainability and really my role in that. And I have to say, generally speaking, in the fashion industry, it always really hasn't been such a talking point. I think really with the year that we've all been through and the pandemic, it's rising to the surface now, and we're really starting to talk about that as, you know, we've begun to travel less and production reduced, and it's really an exciting moment in fashion to be talking about sustainability and what kind of impact can be had. But I have to say, Monica, this is not a new subject for you. This has been a passion for you for a very long time. Most recently, you have made some serious progress and even gotten some global recognition for the work that you're doing. So congratulations on that. What an exciting time. But I also want to acknowledge that you've been a leader in this space for a very long time. And for that, I admire you. I'd love for you to share with all of us about your journey into sustainable jewelry manufacturing.
Yes, I think I suppose, I always like to sort of explain the why it's so important for us, why sustainability is important for us, and why it was important from the start. I think one of our core values in our company is caring, and the way we care about the people we work with, the pieces that we make, and how we leave the environment is kind of one of the most important things that we do, and it's shaped the way we hire our teams, we work with our teams, we behave, who we work with, and how we run our business. And I think that caring value has really kind of informed what we've done, and is sort of, sustainability is really a manifestation of that. So I think for us, that's why it was very important. And I suppose when I started the company 12 years ago, I really wanted to have a company with a lot of integrity in the way we behaved, in the way we treated everybody, in the way that we kind of looked after our suppliers. And I set about working with a group of craftsmen and a supply chain with whom we still work with today, really. And 12 years ago, it was really about a very close personal relationship, because for me, the people that are making these pieces are so important. They're sort of the heroes behind everything. So who they are and what they do and who we work with was really important. So it was kind of baked into the way that we worked, that we had this very close relationship with our supply chain, and that we really looked at how things were done, what materials we use, the integrity of our materials. I absolutely wanted to work with silver and vermeil. I didn't want to work with base metal. I was really determined to have a sort of a fine quality material to work with, which is why we worked with sterling silver. And that was a really important part of everything that we did. So I suppose focusing on, I guess our sustainability focuses on our impact on the environment and our social impact. And working with a sustainable supply chain was really, really key. And that has allowed us to do a lot of what I think is a lot of positive things, because it meant that once we ourselves joined, for instance, the Responsible Jewellery Council, we actually convinced all of our workshops to also join the Responsible Jewellery Council, and they're all now members of it, which means that they are behaving to really, really high standards across anything from, the way they treat their employees to the way they handle the materials and how they look after sort of waste, for instance. There's a whole bunch of things that they do so much better. And that also allowed us to pursue this sort of challenging thing at the time when we started 2 years ago of turning all of our supply chain to recycle silver. So I was frustrated because as part of the jewelry making process, we recycle our own silver. And I was frustrated that we couldn't just always use recycled silver because it's a 2/3 of an emission from a recycled product versus a sort of freshly mined product. So we were able to embark on that journey with our suppliers because we had such a close relationship. And last year, indeed, we actually managed to launch our first recycled silver collection, and we turned all of our collection is now recycled. And last year we launched the collaboration with Doina, who really encouraged me as well on my journey when we were collaborating. And we were talking with her, and she really kind of allowed us to sort of be really bold and actually turn the whole of the range into recycle. And so all of the pieces that we launched with Doina were the first ones to kind of be the recycled silver. And I suppose, Amber, you live and breathe the way that we kind of design with a sustainable kind of mindset. And maybe you can talk a little bit more about it, because I think it is so much part of how we design everything, isn't it?
It is. And I think why Doina was such a great person to collaborate with, as you said, is because she shared those same values, and it came down right to the design of wanting to have pieces that last a really long time, that you want to continue to wear for years, that you want to hand down as an heirloom, that are multifunctional. Versatility is really key. When we're designing, we're often thinking, okay, well, how else can you wear it? And what's that added value? How else can you style it? And it's not just one piece, one look. We want the customer to be able to have multiple options. And so I think in that sense, Doina had that real shared value with us, and the collection sort of speaks volumes in that way. It's multifunctionality, and all of our collections speak to that message of longevity, and quality is such an important part of the design process. I think, you know, we take it so seriously, just not just the kind of design integrity and the aesthetic behind it, but actually how does it feel when you hold it? Is it strong enough? Is it really going to last? You know, does the function really work? So that sense of the quality behind our product is really important, as well as Monica mentioned, the kind of the traceability of all of the materials that we use, including gemstones. And we're so excited when we find a new gemstone to use, or, you know, a new cut, but we're only able to really do that because of the suppliers we work with. And we've now got this amazing base, this amazing relationship to be able to explore such exciting new things. I mean, the drawers in this studio, some of them are just full of stones, aren't they, that we often kind of open up, and it's like a sort of shopping list of what color do we want to use, you know, what cut do we want to use. And it's so exciting to be able to have that, and also to know that it comes from a good ethical source, and that's really important.
Amazing. Once again, I wish I was there. I would love to see all of the full drawers and beautiful stones. That sounds incredible. Speaking of suppliers and stones, can you tell us, Monica, more about where your stones are cut?
Yes, I think the story of the cut of our stones is sort of really dear to me and really important, because that was one of the first things that I did. Is I wanted to have my own bespoke cut stones. I didn't want to buy beautiful stones that were in sort of generic cuts. I wanted to cut something that was unique to us, and we're now very well known for our organic sort of special cuts. They're cut in Jaipur, and the team that cut those stones is still the team that cut our stones today. So 12 years on, in fact, a couple of years ago when I went to Jaipur, the chap who cut my very first stone, when he told me I was pretty crazy for what I asked him to cut, he came and said, "Hi, do you remember me? I'm the one that cut your first stone." I mean, it's just an amazing family of people that are cutting things for us. And I think when we explain to people a little bit how we cut our stones and how we make things, and every facet of a stone, it's a movement of the hand for you know, against a machine that sort of polishes the stone. And if you think about it, it's so much care that goes into each of these actions, and so much attention to detail, that I feel that those stones, I mean, Amber talks about our pieces feel like they've been touched by 1,000 thumbs, because that's how they're handmade. But the craftsmanship of the stones is also like cut in 1,000 cuts and polished and repolished. And you really get that sense and that magic, I think, when you see the stones. And for us, I think, you know, working with that community of craftsmen is, you know, we're really proud of it. They really are the kind of unsung heroes behind the scenes that make everything happen. And that's also why we focus so much also on, you know, working with the community around Jaipur. And we work with a charity called Jagriti, which builds schools in the slums around immediately where our workshops are. And that's really important. That part of the sustainability for us is also about giving back and that philanthropy, which is so important. And also we work with a lot of female-led businesses. In fact, 2 of our main partners are female-led, which is really, in this industry, which is quite male-dominated, it's really quite good. And so we're proud of that, and we enjoy that relationship and that rapport. And we work with Women for Women International, and we try and give back to a lot of women charities as well. So that's a really important part of how we kind of feel we work with our community immediately around where we are here, but also where we are in Jaipur, where we cut the stones.
Truly takes a village, as they say. That's really incredible. And again, congratulations, that philanthropy work, you know, the impact is so great and so felt. So that's incredible. Thank you for sharing that with us. I'm going to take a moment to pause for a very fun part of this event, which is our first drawing. So audience members, get ready. I'm actually going to use a handy dandy little app on my phone, and I'm going to randomly draw from the 425 of you out there that have RSVP'd for this event. And so hold your breath. Let's see. Okay, number 299. My friend Dana is going to tell me the name of the lucky winner. We are actually looking at the beautiful rose gold signature skinny diamond bangle, a value of $495. I so happen to be wearing that myself today. It is such an incredible piece. So the signature bangle has been a part of the Monica Vinader line for a very long time, and this is a new, I would say more modern, frankly, kind of slimmer profile. Really just the most versatile piece. I would wear this for any occasion. In fact, good luck getting me to take it off. So it sounds like we have a winner. It is Michelle D. So Michelle, congratulations. You will wear this in very good health. You will be contacted by our team very shortly via email. So woohoo, yay for Michelle. Congrats. Okay. So speaking of product, of course, this is, well, hard to say. I love talking about sustainability, but really one of my favorite parts is really talking about products. So, you know, Monica, we talk about this so much, but your brand is so important to our customer for so many reasons. And I would say the key kind of highlights there are the modern versatility of the brand really offers something for everyone. And it's also just really broad. You can really collect and build and wear the brand in so many different ways and have those go-to pieces. And then I think once the customer falls in love with a look, they discover this accessible price point. And as you already mentioned, you're using Vermeil, which really allows that customer to be able to invest here. So another piece I want to mention also that some of you may not be familiar with is one of the kind of signature DNA pieces of the brand is the ability to engrave this product. So you take a beautiful piece of jewelry and you're able to, you know, have a wonderful message for a loved one or even for yourself as a memento. It becomes a keepsake. It's so much more than jewelry at that point. And that really is something that sets your brand apart in our business for sure. So we have over 57 stores in our company that offer engraving on your pieces, and many of them are engravable in more than one place. For example, you could engrave the front surface, you could engrave a secret message underneath for someone. So it's really the sky's the limit. And I just love that about this brand. And I know our customers do too. So Monica, I'd love you to just dive right in. I think you have a beautiful rose gold and diamond look you're going to show us.
I have. And I suppose I want to talk a little bit about versatility in a lot of our layering looks, because I think our customers really are looking to express themselves through their jewelry. So for us, it's always been about personalization. And so the layering and the way that we sort of think about layering and chains and pendants is that you can buy different pendants, different chains, you can mix and match them, they can engrave some of the pendants, you can actually take the pendant from a necklace and then you can put it on a different chain. And it gives you, I suppose, so many multiple looks. And I think that personalization is fantastic from a point of view of expressing yourself, but it's also that versatility that Amber was talking about, which for me is really important, because when you've got a piece of jewelry that is very versatile, you're going to wear it a lot, you're going to use it a lot. And it becomes then the opposite of throwaway fashion and throwaway jewelry, because if you wear something time and time again, you will just make the most out of it. You buy it, you love it, you repair it, you reuse it. And that to me is the most sustainable way to shop. So what I have today here with the rose gold and the diamonds is, I suppose, something that is very sort of very us. The rose gold and the diamond mixed together is very Monica Vinader. And I've got a couple of sort of stacks. This is quite, I think, what I call a sort of pretty heavy loaded necklace. And it has this beautiful doina chain, which I'm also holding in my hand because I want you to see the sort of slinkiness of the chain. It's so beautiful. It's Italian craftsmanship, and it's just so fantastic. It fits beautiful around the neck, but it's also a real statement piece. And one of the things that Doina really wanted out of this collection was versatility. So we have this clasp in the center where you can put a pendant, or you can actually turn the clasp around, but the clasp has a little little links so that you can actually add any of our pendants. So you could actually take something from your chain and put it there. And we've styled it here with a little heart, pave heart diamond, which is the sort of piece that you can stack with this really sort of fully laden look, but actually you could wear on its own very short against the neck, or because all of our chains are extendable, you can actually lengthen it a little bit and change the layering. And then, as you said, Rachel, engraving is so key to our brand. And we've got 2 pendants here that are perfect for personalization. And I love gifting these with initials, with dates for, birthdays, graduations, all sorts of different events. And I actually wear my daughter's name in my handwriting, because you can also put doodles and handwriting always with me. So I always carry my pendant with her name. And we've got, again, here 2 different lengths of chain. So really you create lots of versatile looks. And I myself wear this sort of quite sort of laden look. And often I just take the bigger one if I just want to just make it more casual. And it just gives you lots and lots of options. And for instance, here next door, I've got what I call a slightly more kind of dressy look. And what this, to me, this pendant that is fully pave is one of, I think, the examples of what makes our brand so special. Each one of these diamonds is hand set. So I just have, you just have to imagine each one of these diamonds is one person setting the diamonds, making them look perfect, polishing it. And actually, when you see it, it sparkles, it looks beautiful, but you also get the sense of the care that has gone behind a piece like that. And then the pendant that we've chosen here is part of the Reba collection, which for me really epitomizes a little bit what our brand is about, because we've also got the ring, which I'm wearing, which has the same matching motif. And I think what I love about Reba is it's a very delicate but bold statement at the same time. And it's got the diamonds, but the balance of the drawing, we agonized over its shape. We really agonized over every millimeter in the proportion, and it just has a really perfect proportion. It feels very light, but it's also a very bold statement. And I think it sort of represents the way we think about our design and how much we work every single piece of design. It is really the detail that makes all the difference. And I think in this kind of rose gold world, diamonds are beautiful, but we've also experimented for Nordstrom's really, with the champagne diamonds. And I think I just got to highlight this because we don't use champagne diamonds very much, but we did them specially for Nordstrom's. Yeah. And it's one of the most beautiful pieces we've made. When you look at it and you see it on the hand, it is like a complete continuous line of diamonds. It's really understated for a diamond. For a fully paved bracelet, it's very, very understated because of the champagne color. And it's really one of the most beautiful pieces. And it really works particularly well, I think, with the rose gold. And then I want to just quickly talk a little bit about the signature bracelet, which Michelle has just very luckily got in her pocket soon. And this is a new piece we've just launched. And it's, as you said, it's a slightly finer version of our signature bracelet, which is, I think, one of our most iconic silhouettes. And it's a beautiful line of diamonds, but it's the sort of very architectural nature of it. Those beautiful corners and the way it sits on the wrist is incredibly comfortable to wear. I'm actually wearing the one without the diamonds, but I think it's one of our most beautiful architectural pieces in the range. It really is gorgeous. Oh, you've got the gold one on.
I've got the gold one. Yeah.
And then I think in over here, I've got these 2 little earrings, which I'm not sure if you can see them. There's this little straight little line of diamonds, and these are so gorgeous. We are selling so many earrings at the moment, and I think we're selling so many ear party combinations, and these are perfect for when you want to stack up an ear and you want a little sparkle with your diamonds. They're really gorgeous, and they go really well with in lots of the piercing locations as well. So these are really a must-have for every day.
Love it. There's so much to dive into there. I do have to emphasize Reba as such a hardworking collection.
Yeah.
And I think, you said it very, very well. But I think when we talk about those pieces that are effortless, that kind of become almost second skin, Reba is the go-to collection for that. And it really has been since the beginning. So, customers, if you're looking for something that really will elevate your style, but it is still very understated and very organic and feminine feeling, I love Reba for that. But of course, you've shown so many beautiful pieces. I believe that stunning pendant as well as the champagne bracelet are both Nordstrom exclusive. So really excited to have those with us on the event as well. And then Monica, I want to also just dive in quickly on, I don't know if we've touched on the adjustability factor. So many of these chains that you've shown and many more in the collection that you all can find on the site, they have this beautiful technology of being able to slide and adjust with ease. So you don't have to invest in 3 different chains to have all of these different looks. You can actually make one chain work really hard for you. So Monica, you show us.
I don't know if you can see, but so most of our chains have a little slider so that you can actually pull the chain and you can make it shorter, or you can let it go and then it just becomes a lot longer. So this can be worn at different lengths, and it's just one chain does quite a lot of hard work for you. And actually it allows you to change your look as you want it. It allows you to layer it different ways. And, some pendants look better longer than others. And also different people had different size necks. Yeah. So it's great for gifting as well, because you can adjust it. And we are quite well known for our adjustable bracelets. And in fact, the adjustability was first with the bracelets, and then we extended it to the necklaces. But I've got this beautiful Fiji with the gorgeous champagne diamonds here, but this has a slider as well. So you put it on and it just fits every size. And all you need to do is you just pull on the toggle and you adjust it. So not only does it fit different people, but some people like to wear their bracelets really tight. Other people like to wear their bracelets really loose. And it's just an incredible feature of our necklaces and our bracelets. So I'm glad you've highlighted that. We are very well known for the adjustable chain bracelets.
Absolutely. And there are even adjustable rings now, everyone. So make sure that if that sounds interesting to you, you explore the myriad of opportunities there, because really, again, it just makes those pieces work so hard for you and be also very easy gifts. So I certainly love that about the brand. Okay, so speaking of, being able to stack different bracelets, Amber, I think you are going to dive us into kind of a mixed metal look and how to layer and stack in that way.
I am. I think there's going to be a sort of video to show you a little bit of some of our imagery, which hopefully inspires you into different ways of styling mixed metals. Specifically, we're going to focus on yellow gold and silver. I think there's a real trend right now for this kind of styling, and there's some pieces that I have in front of me which I'll talk through, which kind of show you a bit of what you're seeing now. So different textures, different gauges of chain, focusing a lot on wristwear for that kind of more casual look. And I think ultimately the kind of beauty behind a lot of the product that you're seeing and that you'll probably see in front of you now is that there's a level of informality with mixed metals, where I think, especially in this kind of post-COVID world, we're not dressing up so much, and a lot of people are wanting to just add a touch of something. So this kind of eclectic look gives you that opportunity. So, for example, we have here some Siren Muse hoops, which are super everyday, easily stackable. To Monica's point earlier about kind of ear stacking, this is the perfect earring to wear in your lobe and then stack some smaller studs up higher in silver. And then we have the Siren Muse wideband ring, which I'm also wearing. This is just such a beautiful, plain, textured ring where the hammering in it kind of catches the light, and it just means that you can wear it on its own if you want to and stack some other gold bands across your hand, or you can do what I'm doing and put a gold band with it on the same finger. It's just, you've got that level of versatility. And then with bracelets, I think this is quite a great example actually of how simply you can achieve a mixed metal look without kind of feeling like you're going too bold. So we've got 2 silver bracelets, very simple, beautiful silhouettes, along with an outer textured chain in yellow gold. And the beauty of this chain is that it's got this sort of shimmer. So not only is it the kind of pop of gold and warmth in your stack, but it's also going to catch the light. And I think that kind of level of eclectic styling is really important when you look at the sizes of chain that you're stacking, as well as the textures and the kind of finishes that you're playing with. And the beauty also with this Havana bracelet is that not only is it adjustable to Monica's point earlier, so it's the one size fits all, but it's also therefore got this beautiful little tassel at the bottom that creates a nice sort of point of difference, as well as a bar which is engravable, both front and back. So it just gives you, again, that level of versatility if you want to have a play. And then moving over to the necklaces, this is less about the mixed metal and I suppose more about how to mix your materials. So we've got some diamond here, just a very simple diamond piece, the Linear Solo, which is just a single sort of solitaire diamond. Again, it can be worn on its own one day, it can be adjusted longer if you'd like, but I think it looks great here with the outer textured chain, again, which just adds that shimmer for something just a little bit more sparkly and a little bit more fun for every day. With the Baroque pearl, and the beauty of our pearls is that they are all natural, they're all different. So you get one, there's no other pearl in the world that's going to be the same. And then the last chain on here is actually a curb chain, which curb chains are very on trend right now. And this is a really beautiful gauge. It's just a sort of thick line of tightly knitted links to this beautiful talisman heart pendant, which sort of going back to products and when we get really excited about products, this is definitely one that we've been really excited about, isn't it? It's got a lot of meaning. The idea is that it's sort of bursting with love, and the engravability on the back of it, if I'm going to turn it around so you can see, it says, "The gift is small, but love is all." And that sort of says it all in a way, that all of these pieces actually are very affordable, and it's really the meaning behind them that's really important. And whether it's gifting a friend and feeling like you aren't sure which metal finish they want, but being able to kind of add that layer of informality and eclectic look, I think this sort of speaks volumes.
And I think, I don't know about you, but a lot of people often ask me, what are the rules? Can I mix silver and gold? What is the rule? And actually, for me, there are no rules. And I think that's one of the things that, when I talk to people about how to style, we design things without rules. So people do what they feel is them, what feels like them, what feels personal. And this is why we have the pendants, the necklace, and all of the toolkit, so that you can create looks that feel really personal, because it is all about self-expression. And I think you can have a little necklace and then build, and you can really grow the collection. And once you start layering, you really cannot stop, because
you build your confidence.
There are so many opportunities, and really there are no rules. It's all about you. It's about how you wear the pieces and what feels right for you, I think.
I have to second that. I feel like the rule is that there are no rules at all. And so
that's right.
It's almost more interesting if you differentiate that much more, especially I believe at the neck. I love the example that you showed with the solo, because it's nice to have that anchor. I don't know about you, but I have like a necklace that I never take off, and it is kind of my anchor at the neckline. And then every day I kind of play with different textures and chains and possibly metal colors. And I feel like it's nice because you can reinvent the look with all the pieces you love the most. And the more variation, the varying of the textures and the lengths, it just makes for a more interesting look. And I love this moment in jewelry where it really using it to self-express and really show, what's personal to you is just so fun. So those are all beautiful examples. I feel like we're a little more comfortable with that at the wrist with the bracelets and stacking the wrist, but I think at the neck now is really the moment, as well as I love your new little stick.
Yeah, the ear party. Yeah.
Exactly. Really
coming.
just going all the way up is so fun.
Yeah.
And actually, I should point out ear cuffs as well, which this is a brand new ear cuff from your collection. I am loving. So just so many different ways to play.
Amazing.
The rule is there are no rules. So we love that.
There are no rules. Yeah, you make your own rules.
Okay, so I'm going to pause again, and we're going to go into really what I'm sure all of our customers are so excited about, the second drawing. Actually, some of the items that you just saw shown by Monica and Amber are in this drawing. So there's kind of two ideas here. We have that beautiful textured Alta chain. I think you'll see that on your screen, both in the necklace as well as the bracelet version, as well as that beautiful biwa pearl. It's such a unique look. It's really delicate and really skinny, but again, really something different at the neckline or even at the wrist if you choose to use it as a bracelet charm. And then the little, is it the Ziggy? Yes, the Ziggy round pendant, one of our best sellers in terms of engravables. So this second winner is really taking it all home. I mean, you are probably getting like 10 looks out of 4 items here. So drum roll, please. I'm going to go ahead and do my random drawing again. Number 232, Dana. So I'll wait to see who that lucky winner is. And seriously, I mean, I think it would be like infinite, the number of things you can do with these 4 pieces. They're just such versatile items. We have Latrice J. As the winner of our second sweepstakes. Latrice, congratulations. You have seriously taken it all home. Well done. I would love to see how you wear these pieces. Congratulations. Okay, so we are going to move into our Q&A moment here in the event, and we've gotten a lot of amazing questions from you participants out there. So I'm going to dive right in. And as we know, Mother's Day is right around the corner, so this is perfect. Amber, can you tell us what gifts you're recommending this year for Mother's Day?
Definitely. I think it's a really appropriate question. And actually what I've just shown you is probably one of them. I think gifts with meaning are so important, especially at this time. We want to be able to kind of pass that sentiment further. As some people aren't with their loved ones, and I think jewelry really gives that opportunity to give a really lasting message. So probably a pendant with an engraving. The talisman heart pendant is the perfect example of that, or the Ziggy round, or some of the others that we've shown you today. A stone with meaning. I mean, my mum loves gemstones, so I would probably pick her a kyanite, knowing that it's got a sort of meaning of strength. And I think anything that has that sort of added value and that added sentiment is really important. And of course, something to build on is also a great idea. So starting with an Alta bracelet and then knowing that over the coming years you can add different pendants and different charms. Again, it's just having that sense of care and thought, and I think knowing that it's going to last a long time.
I love that. There's so many gifting opportunities. Even if you think about gifting someone a beautiful Havana bracelet, for example, you could engrave the front for them, and then they could engrave the underneath for themselves later in another momentous occasion in their life. There's just so many great opportunities here. Thanks for that, Amber. Okay, Monica, how do you balance being a CEO, a founder, and then also being a mom?
Well, I think some days I manage and some days I manage less well. I think particularly during this pandemic, when so many of us are working from home and we are juggling a lot of home life and children and other things at home, as well as working, it's really been tough. And I think there are so many of us who have been even more challenged in this work-life balance. I think for me, it has been about trying to give myself a cutoff date as much as I can. I not been very good at it because I love what I do. I love my work. So my work is also it's my other baby. And so it's been really tough. But I think you manage by just letting work go as much as you can at the end of the day and finding those moments. And I try and focus on cooking, on gardening, on going outside and trying to kind of sort of switch off. But it's really difficult. It is really difficult to for anybody, whether you've got children or not, to actually balance work and personal life. And this year has given us a lot of challenges, but also it has given me, I suppose, a lot of opportunities to really put more discipline into how I was managing things, because everything was happening at home, really.
Absolutely. I think we've all had to take a closer look at how we manage our time. Kind of on the same note, wondering how you find working with your sister, Gabby, as a partner in the business.
I think we're very lucky that it's worked out. I think when I first asked her to join this journey and this adventure, I knew that she had really very complementary skills to mine. And I knew that to build this brand, I needed the both of us and both of our skill set. Because what I thought would work, which it has proven to be the case, is that we've got these very strong shared values, which have kind of got us through thick and thin, really. And also we've got this very strong work ethic that has really, I always knew I could rely on her and she could rely on me. And we never really second guessed each other. So we divided and conquered all the way along. And I think it's been really, really successful. And I suppose I'm proud that we still talk to each other when we're not working, which, you know, could have gone the other way, but I'm proud that we still do. And it has been a really strong relationship. And I think it's made the business very strong because we've been able to pass on those strong values, I think, to the culture of the company.
It's amazing. I love that question. It's just awesome to be able to work with a family member that closely and achieve great success together. That's amazing. Speaking of great success, we have a question about what brings the two of you the most excitement and joy really in this journey of building a global brand, which it has become over the years. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I think for me, I still have that kid in the candy shop sort of feeling when we come up with new designs. But I think for me, what I enjoy the most about the pieces that we design is achieving beautiful aesthetics. For me, a beautifully made and a beautifully crafted and a beautifully designed piece of anything brings me a lot of joy. So it could be a pebble on the beach or one of our pieces of jewelry. So I still get so much joy. I find it quite life affirming, actually, coming up with beautiful things. And I think that's something that in this room happens quite a bit. So I feel really lucky to be able to do that on a regular basis. And then sort of on top of it, when you get someone walking into a party or sitting in front of you in this sort of train wearing a Monica Vinader Marie pendant, for instance, for me, that's really incredible. And then you see a celebrity who has so much choice out there and you see them wearing one of our pieces, that is even better. And I have been known actually to go up to people and say, sorry, where did you get that pendant? And I made it. Because you just, can't resist. It's quite a temptation. So that still to me is really special. Seeing people, anybody wearing my jewelry is incredible.
I agree. I think there's this huge privilege that we both have, being at the very start of something and being at the concept stage and seeing the concept come to fruition and an end product, and then having the privilege of seeing it worn and loved by someone is amazing, isn't it?
Incredible.
And I think there's so many stages within that bring me a lot of excitement. One in particular is when the kind of first sample arrives and you're thinking this is the first of what could be so many, and you open it, and if it is what you hope it's going to be, and if it's got all the the integrity that you hope it's going to have, and you think it's going to be a winner, then that's hugely satisfying. And I think in this room, we have those moments quite regularly. I think, you know, we were saying earlier, we had one this morning where we thought, oh yes, we love that. And it is really exciting to know when you think you've nailed it, or when you think, yes, this is going to bring a lot of joy to a lot of people. And so I think that definitely for me is a key part of the excitement.
I think it's almost that moment like today when the entire team around the table were going, I want that. Yeah. And you sort of have that moment of, okay, that is the one. Everybody's faces, you could see, it was incredible, wasn't it?
It really was. And I think seeing that end to end, and then, you know, to your point, I've seen so many people on the tube wearing our rings, and that end to end, and knowing that, you know, it's now a part of their life and their journey, and we've seen it from the beginning, is such a privilege.
I love that. It sounds like it never gets old, and that's the best part, right?
True.
Repeating the cycle over and over. It's incredible. Yeah. Okay, so ending on maybe my favorite question, selfishly, Monica, why Nordstrom as your lead partner in the US?
It's a good question. I think as a brand, we have this incredible passion for quality, a passion for creativity, and I suppose we are sort of what we call customer obsessed. We've got this passion for customer service and customer experience, and I think we found that Nordstrom's had the same values as us, and I was so drawn to the company because your values were so similar to ours. I felt that I had a lot to learn, particularly from your customer experience and your customer service, which is second to none. And actually, over the years of working together, it has proven to be even more true than I ever thought it was, because it's such a good match. And I think we've been able to together to deliver our joint promise to our customers of, you know, quality of service, of fresh designs. I think that's been really important.
Well, thank you. That is really wonderful to hear from you, and I couldn't say it better. I think that's so true. It's so incredible, I think, when we really see this beautiful marriage of values and expectation really for the customer, and you really embody what that looks like for us at Nordstrom. So it's so great to hear that. Thank you. I can't imagine closing in a better way. I really just want to take a moment to thank you again, Monica and Amber, for taking the time, spending your Earth Day with us. It's so precious, and celebrating the brand and all the progress that you've made in this space. I also want to congratulate Michelle and Latrice on their big winnings today, and really thank everyone who took the time to spend their evening or afternoon wherever you are with us. So thank you. Happy Earth Day. And again, Monica and Amber, thanks so much.
Thank you so much for having us, Rachel. It's been so much fun. Thank you.
Thank you.